Well, this video is on um, overpopulation, and it's about basically depopulation and how I like to see the world depopulated. I don't think many people can deny now that the world is overpopulated. It's at the least they say it's between two something billion people, which is impossible. There's hundreds of millions of people concentrated in one area. I think Hong Kong population is like something billion or something. Um, so some people argue it's quite a bit higher. Some said it was 6 billion, 9 billion. I've even heard recently it's something more like 54 trillion people in the world. And I think it's time we start to depopulate the world. And I think because we live in America, America should be first. So I believe in American first. So I believe we should first start to depopulate our own country and then move on to the rest of the world. I think part of the way we should do this is um, get down to the basics, protection, sexual protection, condoms, birth control, so forth. Also, I think we should rid of a lot of illegal immigrants. But before we do that, before we can get rid of illegal immigrants, I think we need to cut down our own birth rate. We need to cut down on our own birth rate by trying to adopt the two-child policy, and making abortion more available. Two-child policy, making abortion more available, and um, so forth. And basically getting rid of a lot of your like um, so that's basically what I believe. I also believe in sodomy. For Doug Stanhope, for example, promotes sodomy. Called his word sodomy is green. A woman who has a child is who recycles at her minimum and has a child is multiplying her footprint footprint by 40 times something or something like that. So basically, um, if you really want to save the environment, you've got to have less people. And what are you cutting down the trees for? Too many fucking people. You gotta house them. You gotta do all that. You want your school and your education. You have to make paper and all that. Um, and then once we cut down on birth rate, really before that, but I think that's most important. But we also need to get rid of a lot of the Mexicans in this country and send them back there. We are overpopulated. We are massively over fucking populated. Um, in this country alone, there are millions of illegal immigrants. They're rapidly growing. They're fucking like rabbits. Pretty soon they're gonna outnumber whites and blacks combined. I heard one time. Um, and I think that's bad for two reasons. It's bad for the white race. It's bad economically, and it's just bad because like there's too many fucking people. You have to cut down trees. Traffic's bad, and it's just But I would like just to drive to say a fucking store or somewhere without having a lot of traffic. Green light, green light, green light. Wouldn't that be like fucking paradise for a change? And trees, I want to see some fucking trees. I think that for every tree you cut down, you should have to plant 5 trees in its place. Um, and I want to see, for example, hemp. I think we need to not only legalize marijuana, we need to make use of it in other ways other than just smoking. We need to do, I think it's good to smoke it, but we also need to do other things that are much more important and urgent, such as um, hemp can make paper, for example, and not ironically, but fittingly, did you know the Constitution of the United States or the Bill of Rights were printed on the back of hemp paper? Hemp can make clothing, a lot of clothing for children in Africa, starving children, and so forth. Um, and it can make paper, so you don't have to cut down so many trees to make paper with, for example. So, really, hemp would be a hemp. If marijuana plants really are a gift from God for a lot of different reasons, you can make rope with hemp, and a lot of things. Is this a very useful sort of agent for increasing the quality of life. But before anyone can have any quality in life, Um, I really believe that before a lot of people, myself included, anyone, can have any quality of life under a fascist or communist or libertarian or anything else kind of system or government, there has to be less people. At the current state, there are far too many people for anyone to be able to manage or maintain any kind of life. In addition to that, I personally believe we need to start breeding up. We need to hold breeding programs, and I think we need to promote, and offer cash incentives to anyone willing to breed or reproduce with a member of their own race, by right or anything else. We cannot allow blacks' rights and all the other races cannot allow their cultures and traditions and ancestry to be destroyed, um, and drowned to death in this ocean of genetic mud. Um, and I believe in breeding up. I think we should take smart people, beautiful people, strong people, kind people, and breed up. And we need to breed them up, and we need to have sort of experiments like they had in Germany, breeding experiments. Um, and we need to start breeding up, trying to. I'm kind of eugenics. I'm an elitist. I'm a drunk. Um, didn't do too well in school. I'm borderline drunk. I'm not the smartest, sharpest nail. I'm not the sharpest, whatever. I'm not the brightest light bulb, all that shit. But I think I'm a very smart person, and that's saying something because I'm not very smart at all. But in this country and in this world, really, I think I'm very smart. Which is, bad because I'm not smart. But, the majority of people don't know which came first, Judaism or Christianity. So they're looking at the Old Testament and the New Testament, and they couldn't figure out which one came first. That's pretty fucking stupid. Um, so I mean, it's like I'm an elitist, quite frankly. I am a social Darwinist. I'm an elitist. I'm a fascist, a Satanist, a whole lot of other things. I'm a left fascist, a liberal fascist, and I think we're gonna have to have a massive overthrow of the government pretty soon. There is no birth without blood. Bottom line, no birth without blood. Um, Might as right to the victor goes the spoils. So that's my opinion. P66, Hell Satan. P666.